Hello, everyone, and welcome to Soulful Healing Tarot. We are about practical guidance here. In this section, we're going to be hacking into your subconscious to understand what hidden blockages or patterns are there hindering your growth. If this reading found you and you were called to click on this, then it is the collective unconscious bringing clarity to your situation right now. So let's go ahead. I have your spread in front of me here. So let's pick up on the messages that you need to hear right now. So the first thing that I am picking up on, my eyes drew me to this card. It says flow state, effortless progress, synchronicity. I always say that wrong. Ride the wave, right? So the first keyword itself is to be in flow state. Okay, it should feel so effortless and such ease, right? So you're meant to feel like you're high when you are working towards your goal. Okay, you're just so high on this energy, and it just comes to you so easily, right? You're so good at it. So you have that energy of someone who has that expertise, okay? Someone who has that mastery, someone who knows that, they are good at what they're doing, right? So I am picking up on the effortless flow state here. You are meant to be easily riding the wave right now. Okay. You are at a transition as well. You are at a transition phase right now. So you might be questioning certain things, certain decisions, or even avoiding, right? Avoiding and sticking to old patterns. Those are the kind of things you might be doing right now to avoid certain changes that you need to make regarding your goals or regarding your career. Okay, like I said, you are entering an expansive phase. The gear is shifting here. There is growth, new opportunities, and you're breaking the limits. Okay, I see that here. Now if you look at the Six of Pentacles, the theme is here is balance. Okay, so in an ideal sense, you have the goat mindset. So we do have the goat card here. It says fearless. What does it say? Fearless I am in the path I choose, for I have never been led astray, always finding my way. So yeah, you are the goat. Okay, in the ideal sense, this should be your mindset, this confidence, this pure knowing that you can really do anything you set your mind to, right? You're charismatic, you're a natural leader. And you're very creative, you're confident. We see the King of Wands here. So yeah, you are all that. Okay, you are the goat. So you understand, work life balance. You understand, taking such decision. You have the discernment to nothing goes past like your awareness, because you have the third eye, right? Your third eye is open. So you don't have that blind spots in the most ideal sense. But if you've been feeling like, I feel like I'm endlessly running in a loop, there is some chaos, I'm in chaos driven mindset or environment. And if at all you've been feeling that way towards your goal, right, then it is off balance. Okay, Y- ideally you would understand, how you have the awareness to know exactly how much mental and physical effort to put into different tasks. Okay, out of balance, however, this energy kind of turns into systemic chaos. Okay, you're giving too much, taking too much, or working in an environment driven by reactive stress. So yeah, that is what I'm picking up on with the Six of Pentacles here. So we look at the death card here. Okay, so right now, like I said, it is a very pivotal stage in your life when it comes to your goal. Either you are, moving from one phase to the another, right? Apply how it fits your goal. Okay, if you are if this is your career goal, right, and you are in like you're in a corporate job, perhaps, right? So how does this phase one to phase two transition fit for you? So are you thinking, what, I've been doing this again and again and again, and things are getting little difficult, like the plot is getting difficult, and I'm holding on to familiarity. So am I supposed to be exploring some new options when it comes to work? Am I supposed to be learning and growing and looking at opportunities when it comes to growth within the same company, right? What should my mindset be right now? Because now it is getting stale. And I can really feel that the pressure. So when the pressure builds, right, we kind of react to it in different way because of fear and getting used to that familiarity, that comfort, which is actually basing off from fear, the emotion of fear, right? So we might react to it in a different way, like holding on to it and bringing more chaotic flow into this, right? Working really hard but not going anywhere, running in circles, and things are getting even more extremely difficult at this point, right? So here, what we have to do is we have to snap out of it, like really get things into your awareness, right? What are the blind spot? What am I seeing here? What are the patterns that I recognize here? Every time I am moving towards holding on to some things, like things are getting more difficult. So I need to let go and I need to move on to something that is more beneficial for me. So my time here is over. In phase 1 it is over. I have to move on to phase 2. So you have to pick up if you are dealing with such kind of avoidance. Okay. So that is something here. So as you move into the new phase, right, you're meant to shed the old and integrate the lessons. Okay. So that is what I was talking about. So the death card here is because you are ending a specific role or a way of being. Okay. Think of this like like a post-mortem analysis on a project. You need to analyze the data you have so far, okay, of phase 1 of whatever previous phase that you are, or right now, whatever phase that you have, like over a period of time, analyze the data so far. Do a review of everything and get rid of the habits and patterns, like the routines, right, that are putting you in a cycle that isn't working anymore. Okay. So by clearing the space, you are allowing some new opportunities to manifest into your life with the Ace of Pentacles here. There is some new tangible beginnings, but it requires you to stop sacrificing your energy and start feeling more abundant. We have the card that says sacrifice here. That is your mindset. Like, I've been sacrificing so much, but things are not working out for me. Like, I feel like my the life force is being drawn out of me. Okay, and I'm still willingly ready to put in the work, right? So you think that that kind of sacrifice and you putting the hard work in without discernment, right, is going to bring you some kind of result. But if at all you've been noticing that over a period of time you approaching the situation in the same manner is not bringing you result, then it is time to switch the mindset, right? Understand that no matter how difficult it is, no matter how fearful it is, you have to have the courage to move on to the next phase, right? Next phase, or the newness of the of doing things, better way of doing things, right? And yeah, that is what I wanted to say here. Yeah. Mm, this kind of aligns with the King of Wands card that I wanted to speak about, but I'll come to that later. Okay. So we have the Three of Wands even here, right? So the Three of Wands shows you focusing on a long term vision. So you're supposed to right now pause and think of this goal from a bigger perspective. You need to be ready to take bold decisions and move forward into the next phase, the phase 2 or phase 3 of this journey. Okay. But to do this effectively, you must understand your leadership style. Exactly why I wanted to talk about the King of Wands. Okay. You aren't meant to be a strict or stoic leader like the Emperor. Okay. Following a rigid kind of a rule. That system works for some, that system may not work for you. You're meant to be in this King of Wands energy, the full of charisma, fun, creative, confident, natural born leaders. Okay. So they understand the shifts in rhythm and they ride them smoothly. So again, that is what I wanted to talk about when it comes to sacrifice card, right? It says, understanding the rhythm within you. So if you can like gauge that, if you have the discernment to identify such blind spots where you are taking action without aligning with this rhythm, then you're going to be ending up in the same kind of cycles over and over again and not getting the result, right? So you need to shift out of this rhythm. And this is about neuroplasticity. Okay, you need to build that new habits, build that new, get familiar with the new. Okay, so that you can, your neurons will get familiar with the new. Okay, so you, it's about you being flexible enough to snag new breakthroughs fearlessly. Like, you know, you need to act on it. You, when this breakthrough arrives, right, the Ace of Pentacles, you have to be in your King of Wands energy. You have to be in this goat energy, right? Where you're not taking fear-based action. It's, you're very confident. Okay, I, yes, if this idea has popped up in my mind, and even though it is scary and it is very different from what I've been doing so far, it is a different kind of like, the deal is different. Okay, like, it could be an opportunity at work, or you know, the idea when it, if you've been focused on, hey, what to do next, what to do next, in case you're writing a book, whatever your goal is, right? Some thoughts are coming to your mind, but you are avoiding it. You're thinking, you know what, that is crazy, I can't do that. Or you're just avoiding it. You think that is too much of a leap, or it's something about it seems very different from what you're doing right now. Okay, that is what I wanted to say. So, but you're meant to snag this and act on it. Okay, understand this is actually what you're meant to be doing right now. Okay, so this approach will help this like this journey more rewarding and less draining for you. Okay. Mm, and what else do I see? The Ten of Cups and the Oracles, right? We have the Ten of Cups here. So there is, ultimately, there is emotional fulfillment on your path, okay, with whatever the journey that you are on right now. And you are very close to achieving some kind of big milestone when it comes to this goal. So, but the important thing that you need to look at this past life echoes card. It says past life echoes, old patterns, karmic lessons, recognize and release. You're meant to release old patterns. Okay, there are blind spots that you need to check. Okay, something that, some old narrative that is running in your head, if at all it is like, you know, I have to suffer and put in a lot of work to succeed, or things like that, some old narratives. So it also, this oracle card here, right? It says spirit of the other worlds, tell me tales of the unknown, tell me tales of the forbidden. So what this is telling me is you're meant to be embracing the unknown. Probably that is the fear that you have. You don't know what is going to happen when you take this step. At least so far, whatever you've been doing, you know, it's a known familiar environment. So you might be having some fears, hidden blind spots where you are restricting yourself from expanding or growing. Okay, we do have the expansion card here. It says growth, new opportunities, breaking limits, embrace the stretch. You're meant to embrace the stretch. Okay, it might be hard, so you need to recognize that. So you need to change your mindset from sacrificial kind of a mindset to something that is more in the flow and abundance. Okay, and pay attention to whatever data is available to you when it comes to this goal. Identify, work with the data, right? Identify those old patterns and make peace with your natural power, your natural rhythm of things, again, your natural style and approach of leadership, or towards this goal, right? So if at all you've been looking at uh, others and thinking, okay, why I'm also doing the same thing, why isn't it working for me? So it is not working for you because you're copying what is working for them. You need to identify what is working for you. Okay, that is something else that is coming through. So you have to know that, you know, you have never been led astray. Okay, if those intuition, there's some nudges that is coming your way, it is for your good. Okay, with the goat card, it says, you know, I have never been led astray, always finding my way. You will always find your way. Okay, you are moving towards something that is more effortless. The success is more effortless for you. Okay, So now let's do like a exercise. Let's do an exercise like this is like, I've come to the end of it. So whatever, right now I'm going to ask you some questions. So think about it and write it down. Okay. So one is, look at your current work day. Identify one repetitive task that feels like chaos to you right now, whatever it is, right? When it comes to this goal, what feels like chaos to you right now? You don't have to just write one, you can write more than that. So is this some habit that is, that is limiting you, that is not making room for phase 2? So identify that, review that data. Okay. Mm, one more question you need to ask yourself here is, am I working hard because it's effective, or because I'm afraid that I don't struggle, that if I don't struggle I'm not earning it? Okay. Is there some kind of mindset that way? That could be the karmic pattern that we need to break. Okay. Also, now we need to have that vision. Okay. Identify one bold decision you have been avoiding. Identify that decision, write it down. Now this is your king of wands move. Okay. So execute this like in a week, like take some time. Okay. You can mull over it, just write it down for now. Think about it, like come back to it after 1 or 2 days, and see how you can take action towards this. Okay. Execute it so that it aligns towards your ultimate fulfillment. Okay. So try it out. There's no harm in trying this out, right? So yeah, that is what I have for this reading here. I hope it helped you in some way or the other. It helped you understand uh, the journey that you are on right now, and what needs to be looked into, right? What is meant to be in your awareness right now? Something from the subconscious, something that is, you might be in denial when it comes to facing it or confronting it. So I hope some you have picked up on some of the things that are meant to be in your awareness right now. I hope you have picked up on that. So do let me know. This was like a more very chillaxed kind of reading. I am just I'm just sitting here in a very lazy state, to be honest, and I'm just reading it. Okay, I would like to know if this reading was helpful for you. Do let me know in the comment section, and I shall see you in my next reading. Until then, bye bye and take care.